Oh yeah! What's good, everyone? It's your boy Matt Diazzo coming at you with a new EP review, and today I am checking out the band Heavy Hitter with their EP Moments of Misery. If you've never heard about this band comes out from Orlando, Florida, and they play a style of metalcore music that's kind of reminiscent of Kubla Khan, and I guess you could say some other, I would say a little bit of like Pain of Truth in that term of like hardcore metalcore style. I did I think a reaction to this band a while ago because my friend lives in Florida, was like, hey, check out Heavy Hitter, you enjoy this band, make a good reaction to it. So I was like, hey, say no more, fam. And when I did that reaction, I was thoroughly impressed with the band. They're doing what their name is setting out to be. They're heavy, they're hitting hard, nothing too profound and new to the genre. It's just overall pretty solid work, and I would say this EP is kind of doing and continuing that sound. So I could say on this EP, there's definitely moments of misery, but there's a lot of moments of joy in here in terms of like how heavy and groovy the music can be. And I'll say that the band's name is really living up to them because, they are heavy hitters, and particularly the drummer, he doesn't disappoint. He is hitting the kit really hard, and he is just bringing the heaviness with his style of drumming. I would say his particular style of playing metalcore here is a little bit refreshing and quite nuanced, because if it was any other drummer, the band might have just been kind of like, I would say whatever, but his style of playing here really elevates a lot of the songs here and just make things sound very big, large, and just impressive. A great example of how huge and bold he sounds is on the song No Mercy, No Remorse. The start of the song, he just sounds so huge and has a really snappy snare sound, and just throws in some little like hi-hat taps that just kind of set things off just right before they just explode. So I want to play a clip of that for you right now. Massive, just massive. It sounds like you're getting ready to go into battle with the way that the snare drum is snapping really hard here, and it just gives that battle drum aura and energy, and it sounds great. And throughout the whole EP, he's doing a good job of making the song sound very big, bold, and boomy, especially on the songs Waste of Life and Heaven's Gate. His dynamic playing and tasteful like fills and everything just make the band sound so nice. He's also extremely tight when it comes to doing blast beats and just being very versatile in his style. So there's nothing really here I can say that's like negative about his playing for this band and this style. The other band members, they're all doing a great job. They're executing things well. I will say there are some moments and some choices that they do here that weren't executed that well, I feel. Because I gotta say here, the opening song, Deposition of Violence, I feel like there is a little bit of inconsistencies with the overall feel of the song, because the riffs are really heavy, but they don't really feel that impactful. The bass doesn't feel as strong as later songs, and his vocal style here, his guttural low style of singing, just doesn't really match with the overall feel of the song. But surprisingly, the rest of the EP, the riffs, the bass, the vocals, they seem to be more like focused and more honed in. This opening song just felt a little bit messy, I feel. So I want to play a clip of that for you right now. I don't know, it just feels like the choices they did here just doesn't feel that very impactful. I would say by the time you get to the songs Dead End and Heaven's Gate, the guitars seem a little bit more interesting and have a bit more of a groove to them, and just have a better overall flow and style to them and a good structure to them. So gotta give them some points on that. Outside of the opening song is a little bit like wonky, but the rest of the EP, I feel like the bass playing is really strong on like the songs Dead End, Waste of Life. They feel like they weren't really forgotten when recording and mixing things, and they overall just have a really nice and heavy feel to it, and they just go well with everything. So I want to play a clip of that for you right now. The song Waste of Life. I can't stand the way you speak. So much weight there. Vocally, I think this band does a really good job of, sounding pretty heavy, but I think a lot of people might probably compare them to like big metalcore acts like Kubla Khan in terms of like having that like rabid dog style of screaming and singing, like on the song Heaven's Gate. Because in the midsection of that song, he does these like low guttural growls with the beating drums, and it just sounds like a Kubla Khan song. But that's not too bad. They go heavy, and these guys are going heavy as well. But he is able to hold his own and do his own style of singing on the back end of the song Waste of Life, where he definitely kind of like spices up his vocal style. I will say he's got some good vocal fries, particularly on the song No Mercy and No Remorse. He's got some really good energy in terms of getting those high screams. And throughout this whole album, he's got some good variation here and there. But overall, he's doing solid metalcore style vocals that aren't too amazing and not too bad. They're doing the job. They're solid. They're getting everything done. The band's overall style is like living up to the band's name. They're heavy. They're hitting hard. They have these big breakdowns. And I will say some of the breakdowns, they sound really good and solid, while at other times the breakdowns seem a little bit too, I guess, okay and just not the best. Also similar with the lyrics. They're very straightforward, very, very heavy, very not very heavy, but talking about betrayal and rising above. Typical metal stuff about, overcoming. So it's good positive stuff. Production wise for this EP, the band, they're doing a good job of playing well, while also the mixing and layering of all the instruments. It sounds good. There's no flashiness to it. There's no like things to really spice up their sound. They just sound really mixed and layered very well. There's no extra things to make the production stand out. I think it's doing its job. It's doing all right. At the end of the day, I think this band is not trying to push the genre and create some big like Mona Lisa or 16 Chapel style music here, where it's like extremely elaborate and amazing. They're keeping things simple here. It's a good solid cheeseburger. They're having a good time. They're making things heavy. And so I got to say this new EP from Heavy Hitter is a good and solid 8 out of 10. Links down below. Check them out. And like always, guys, thanks for coming on by. I am Matt from Diazable, and I will see you later.